Alright, April 1st. So, you know what that means. State of my galaxy. I'm trying to think of the things I have. Nothing. I guess nothing super major happened. Like, I didn't unlock a cool legendary character or anything. But obviously, I've been playing the game, so there has been some progress. So, let's get into it. As stated before, I'm working on trying to get Jabba as my next GL, and I am working on Grand Inquisitor. So, in terms of getting to Grand Inquisitor, I have one requirement met so far. Seventh Sister is Relic 5. This just happened relatively recently, a couple days ago. And I'm working on her mods. I always like to get, anytime I get a character relic, I like to get their mods up to 6 dot. So, yeah, she's relic, gotta get those mods up. In addition, the rest of the Inquisitor's ninth sister is getting very close. In terms of this piece, all I need are these things, which of course they take forever to grind, but still. And then down here, I just need, well, I have way more than I thought actually, 13. So what's that, 37 more? And then I'll be able to lay this down. In the meantime, I have this 3+ going on. That's because there's a lot of gear, like old Doc has got 2 things over here. And I don't really know if it's safe for me to lay any of this down on her, or other characters that need it as well, you know what I mean, like Zombie or whoever else, but I'm just holding on to it, because if there's a piece in there that ninth sister also needs, well, obviously I'd rather save it for her. So, yeah. Anyways, actually, speaking of my Night Sisters, was that this month too? That might have been this month that I worked on all my Night Sisters. I don't remember what inspired. Oh, I think it was that event. There's that event, Places of Power, I think, and the teams you can use are Phoenix or Night Sister. And I think it's only up to the Mystic tier I can do. I can't do Challenge Tier 1, and the Mystic tier I can't even 3-star, and that's because when you get to the stage with Nihilus, the very last stage, he opens with an Annihilate, which is annoying. That would never happen for us, because, you know, we need to have cooldown 8, but when it's them, open with an Annihilate. So yeah, I was thinking, well, maybe Night Sisters is the better route to go, because if it's Zombie taunting, when he annihilates, he's gonna have to go after her, and she'd still come back, right? It's kind of how that works. So I was like, maybe this will be better. Obviously, they're not strong enough for the challenge tiers, but they're getting there slowly. I have them all gear 12 at least. Also, while I'm thinking of it, this is kind of pointless, but I'll explain it. Where is she? God, there's so many characters that want some of this, but I gotta hold on to it for now. Amlin Haldo, I put her to gear 12. I don't really care about her. I've said this a billion times. I don't care about her. I don't care about the Radis. I don't care about the Resistance faction in general. Never have. Resistance seems like just a bunch of ragtag people that just kind of happen to come together. They don't seem organized. They don't seem anything like that, and that's why I'm not really a fan of them. Obviously, they are organized, and they're supposed to, you know, have Leia as their leader. But I don't know. It's like when in Force Awakens, that's not how it was at all. You had Finn, who was a stormtrooper defector. You had Poe, who was a prisoner. Now, more or less, he wasn't an actual criminal. He was like a political prisoner, but still. And then you had Rey, who was just a person living her life and kind of happened to run into both of these guys. You have BB-8, who was being, I don't know, attacked or something by that droid harvester, and then Rey just happened to see this right place, right time, and saved him. Like, you have all these main characters that just happened to come together, and we're just gonna be the Resistance. You know, Finn tells Rey that I'm with the Resistance, just so that then she doesn't know he's a stormtrooper, and now all of a sudden by proxy that makes her a Resistance character. And then because he knew Poe, because he helped him, he used him to help him. Finn used Poe to help him escape being a stormtrooper. So now all of a sudden, again, by proxy, he's Resistance too, because Finn is falsely claiming to be Resistance when really he's a First Order stormtrooper. And then BB-8's just kind of there in the mix. And yeah, the faction's just stupid. The way we saw it get built up is just a whole bunch of random ass ragtag. It's stupid. So anyways, don't care about Amlin Holdo, don't care about Resistance, don't want to work on her or anything, but the only reason I did is because the Radis event, when it comes around, I've actually been winning, with her at level 1, and the ship at, did I even work on the ship? I might have worked on the ship, but when the what do they call it, fleet, the commander is weak, the overall power of the ship is weak. I think it was sitting at like 13,000 before I worked on her. But yeah, so even though I'm doing okay, I figured, well, it's only gonna be easier to do this event and get this ship to 7-star if I work on her. Then there's more power on the field on my side, so that's the only reason why I did it. Plus, I figured, well, someday I'll eventually go after GL Ray, and you need to have Holdo beefed up, so this is a jump on it. She was actually super easy to get to gear 12 anyways. It took no time. I think she went straight to gear 11. I had like 1 or 2 pieces I had to lay down on her to get her to gear 12, which were easy enough. Well, what I mean is 1 or 2 that I had to farm for. And then once she got there, she had this ready to go right away too. I got her to gear 12, and then this was plus, and I was like, okay, lay that down on her. And then look, she's already got this too that I could potentially do. So she was kind of an easy, what's the word I'm looking for? Not grind, not farm, but, easy to build up. But yeah, just kind of some random throwaway thing I did. Anyhow, getting back to the top. Something else subtle that I did was I got him to Relic 8. I say subtle because in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing big, but it takes forever. It's like a week or 2 weeks just to go from gear 7 to Relic 7 to Relic 8. So much work, and it's just because of these stupid back-end things. These 3, the yellow disc thing, what is this actually called? Electrium conductor, impulse detector, and that's the same thing. What's this? Zimbital card? Yeah, those. They just take forever to farm. But yeah, as you see over here, actually, I could do this too. Might as well. Which one's looking the best? Offense, protection, offense. That's pretty decent. We could do that one. This one has a defense one. Potential speed as well. I'm thinking these 2 are the best. What do we got? Offense, protection, offense. So there's a high chance his offense could go up. This one is, we'll do the top one. I like that one better. Pink. And we got offense. There we go. Just what I wanted. Okay, so as you just saw now too, I did that. Add that to the state of the galaxy. My galaxy, I mean. I always try to make sure I'm differentiating that, because there actually is State of the Galaxy, which is what CG puts out. State of My Galaxy is my monthly little update on what I'm doing. Anyhow, like I was saying, back to my, saying when I started this, is back to my Inquisitors. 8th brother, I think he might have been the first one that I got to gear 12, and then I kind of forgot about him. Somehow I ended up working on 2nd sister, or whoever it is that I have Relic 5, and he's just been kind of hanging out. But, yeah, he's gear 12, no progress towards gear 13, but at least he's at a decent checkpoint. As far as these 2, I got 5th brother and 2nd sister. 5th brother's pretty close to gear 12, he just needs, this, which I'm kind of working on 9th sister for now, so he's gonna have to wait. But he'll be the next one once 9th sister's gear 12, Relic. I'll put him to gear 12 at least. And then it's just her, which I find ironic because, when I do use this squad, like I use this squad in Conquest. Obviously, they have a lot of feats for them, or sometimes I use it in Grand Arena. Like maybe the team I'm going up against is actually kind of weak, like Ewoks or something stupid. So I use Inquisitors, and I use her for the leader ability. I feel like she's got the best one because you're gaining offense and all that. But yeah, she's probably my weakest Inquisitor. She's only gear 10. So I always find that kind of ironic and funny. Because, you know what I mean? If you think of it in real life, like your weakest person is your leader. Well, then again, that's actually real in today's world. Huh. Ain't that something? Never mind then. Maybe it's not funny. I don't know. Anyways, I have Padme up here because my plan was to take her to Relic 7 or 8. Only because I see a lot of teams in the arena that are the top teams have Padme with General Kenobi. So she was Relic 4. I got her to Relic 5, but then I stopped so that then I could work on the Inquisitors and such. So eventually she'll get there. She's just kind of on hold for now. After I finished off with, who's this? 7th sister, I've been working on Zam, getting her relic up. She's somebody I reliced up a while ago, and I do use her a lot in Grand Arena because I put her Omicron on, but she's always been sitting there at Gear 12 for the longest time. Then I finally got her relic, and then she's just been Relic 1. I'm like, I really need to work on her. That way then when I use her in Grand Arena, it's just that much better. So I'm finally doing it. Getting her to the at least minimum Relic 5. What else we got going on? I have added Greedo up in this list because, well, obviously he's a requirement for Jabba, but he also, I don't know how many of these pieces he got, but I think he got, like, maybe both of them this month, so I'm like, hey, he's making some progress. We'll favorite him now. Before I was kind of holding off, like, Greedo's got a long ways to go. Same as but now ended up with 3 of the pieces. He's halfway there, so I'm like, you can be favorited. Anything else different with these guys up here? I think that's about it for the ones that I have favorited to talk about. Everybody else is either a hangover from last month that's just waiting for their mods, like him. He's at the base minimum Relic 5, but I need to do his mod still. And that's kind of the case with the rest that are Relic 5. So, yeah, that might be good up there. Whoops, what is this? Not trying to do that. This is so annoying because that happens all the time. If I wanted to click on him and find out his stats, it would be difficult and it wouldn't open him. But now I'm just trying to scroll along and I happen to tap him and, oh, you want to see his stats? Here you go. Yes, that's what I was trying to do. I'm not trying to look through my roster. Ugh, so annoying. Anyways, oh yeah, that's a big one I forgot about. Savage. Man, I did a lot to Savage this month. I got him to... First off, was he even relicked? He might not even have been relicked. He might have been relicked last month. He might have been just in at Relic 1. I don't fully remember. In any case, though, I ended up getting him all the way to Relic 7. I also got his mods up pretty well, as you see. The 2 that are very advanced, the blue one and the purple one there, those actually are mods that I've had sitting that I took off of another character a long time ago. I remodded somebody, I forget who now, it's literally been over a year. And those mods have been just sitting, and I've never had anybody that I felt comfortable giving them to. So I ended up remodding Savage, and I thought, based on his Omicron, like, giving him defense would make the most sense. Well, I gave him defense and offense. But anyways, I saw these 2 defense, and I was like, ooh, here we go. I finally have somebody worthy of these good mods. A Relic 7 character who has an Omicron. Here we go. So I was finally able to lay those 2 down. Now, obviously, I still have 4 others that are good, because, I had the whole set beefed up like this on whoever it was I stripped them from. But at least I finally found a home for 2 of them. I don't have 2 good mods just hanging out pointlessly. So yeah, anyways, Savage. Got him to Relic 7 this month, got his mods beefed up to 6 dot and some of them beyond, and his Omicron, I'm trying to think, either his Omicron actually was earlier this month, or it was like tail end of last month. Don't fully remember. I know that was a recent add-on, but yeah. Got him pretty beefed up, which I find kind of funny because for the longest time, Maul has been Relic 4, and Savage has always been just Gear 12. And Savage really never had any purpose to beef up. He's been kind of mid, but I feel like his Omicron makes him so much better, especially, obviously, I was going to say especially for, but obviously for Grand Arena, which is why I wanted to beef him up. Personally, I don't know how I feel about his Omicron. On paper or on digital screen, it sounds super awesome. It's like, while in Grand Arenas, he gets 50% defense, max health, and offense, and 30 speed. At the start of the counter, Savage gains 2 stacks of resilient defense, max 10. At the end of his turn, Savage gains 2 stacks of resilient defense and 10% turn meter, max 50% for each debuff on other Sith allies. Whenever Savage is critically hit, he gains 16% health, steal, and offense, stacking max 160%, and all other Sith allies gain 4% health, steal, and offense, stacking max 40%, recover 15% health and protection, and gain 10% turn meter until the end of the encounter. While Savage has resilient defense, he has plus 50% defense per stack, and isn't afflicted with vulnerable, which can't be prevented or dispelled. Whenever Savage gains taunt, he dispels it and gains 2 stacks of resilient defense. Like, it gives him a whole bunch of stuff and it sounds decent. all this defense and health and offense boost, plus the additional stacking offense and all this. So, I mean, defense and all this. So I'm like, oh, that sounds really awesome. And I've seen a video, I think it was Arnold 201, how he almost soloed an entire C team, you know, Sith Eternal, with Savage. Like, it came right down to the wire. It was Savage versus C. They both had very low health, and C just barely won. But otherwise, yeah, Arnold almost had Savage solo that, so it was like, oh man, that's pretty cool. But I don't know, Savage, when I had him at low relics, he seemed pretty crappy. I mean, he would die first, because, I don't know, it doesn't say it says when he gains taunt, he dispels it and gains defense. But it was like the characters were still still targeting him regardless. Like, he still had taunt. So he was dying right away, and just very disappointing. And like, I think, did I ever try to use him as a solo? I might have tried once, and it went totally terribly, and I was like, oh, okay, that Arnold video lied to me. And then I tried him under teams, and he sucked. But it's weird, because now that he's Relic 7, he does seem a lot better. Like, I'm talking about he was like Relic 1, 2, and 3 when he really sucked. Now that he's Relic 7, it's like, he stands there, and it's almost like he takes no damage. He has overprotection even, and like, during the whole battle, the overprotection never even goes away. Like, he's super healthy the entire time. So I'm like, okay. I know he's a few relics better than Relic 3, but is it really making that much of a difference? I don't know. It seems like it, though. The other thing is, maybe it's the team composition I'm using. I put him under a Treya lead, where I also have her Omicron, which I forgot what that even does. Let's get a quick refresher. Treya, that's for the leader, right? Nope, that's for this. Sith allies gain 40% critical damage, max health, and offense. When a Sith ally suffers a debuff, they gain 10% bonus protection stacking until the end of their turn. At the start of each Sith ally's turn, Treya dispels all debuffs on them, and all Sith allies gain 5% critical damage health. Okay. So yeah, that crap must be helping with Savage being way better, because under her, he's been ridiculously awesome. I knew that. What does it say? If no enemy dark side GLs. Huh. Yeah, I knew that her Omicron was decent, but yeah, so you take his defense and stuff, and now you're adding 40% more damage, health, and offense. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's something I could try then. I haven't tried a two-man team of just Treya and Savage. Maybe that would go pretty well. Because I never thought of it, because like I said, I forgot what the details on her Omicron were. But anyways, under her, it's been going so much better. But I don't know, low relics, he absolutely sucked, and I was like, okay, this Omicron's kind of useless. But yeah, moving on, I guess. Ooh, I did do an Omicron that might seem silly, but it did sound really good, so that's why I did it. Which was Poggle. Where is that guy? He doesn't have Zetas, right? So he's gonna be like way down here. Poggle, where the F are you? Poggle. There he is. I gave him his Omicron. It was like perfect timing. This Omicron just recently came out, and I ended up getting 20 Omicrons like shortly after that. And yeah, I gave it to him. I know he's only gear 12, so he's not strong, but the Omicron itself is pretty strong. Or at least I think. You know, the way it sounds, it's like everybody's, I don't know, it's like they're doubled. They're like a 10-man team now. Because every time they die, they come back to life, and it sounds good. And we have a territory war currently active, and I set mine on defense. Speaking of that, last I saw, nobody else even had the Omicron. So I want to see how this goes. Like, if a lot of enemies attack me and can't get past it because of the Omicron, or if the Omicron doesn't make a difference. It's like, look, let me see. No Omicrons there. None there. None there. None there. None there. Nope. Nope. Well, of course not that one. That one's pretty weak. Nope. 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 No. 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 Yeah, nobody's done it yet. It's just me. Where even am I? No, no. Oh, this one has a Datacron. Now, if only you put the Omicron on as well, that could be pretty beefy. No. Yes, but see, that's me. No, wow, so I really am the only one. I mean, it is a new Omicron, and Omicrons do take forever to get, so I understand no one else has it, but it does seem kind of funny, though. It just came out, and I already have an Omicron. In my whole guild, I'm the only one. I just want to see how this goes, though. Like, I want to see if enemies will try to attack me, and I want to see what this battle count is. Is it just going to be 1? Does it really not make a difference? Is it going to be, like, 5, and they're struggling? Like, God, there's Omicron. I don't know. I also want to check in on Datacron boy up here. He's got a decent enough team. They're all Relic 5, just except for this last guy. What was that? Poggle. Speaking of Poggle. Plus a Datacron. What is this doing? What is your Datacron doing? Oh, it's specifically... well, it's for Darkside. Whenever they use a basically, they gain speed up for 2 turns. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, so that could be a pain in the dick, too. So I want to spy on those 2 after the territory war is over. Or halfway through or whatever, you know. Anyways, come on. Go back to home. What? I said home, not the dang guild menu. Anyways, so yeah, I did that. It was kind of exciting to get like a new Omicron and be able to try it out right away. That was double exciting. What else did I do? Obviously, there's a lot of characters that I got their mods up to 6 dot. I always forget who, because it's just mods. I don't really care. It almost feels more like a required task than something fun that I'm actually trying to work on. Relics is something I want to work on. Mods is just boring. I hate working on mods. So anyways, I'm sure there's a few characters I get their mods up, but don't remember who now. Was there anybody else that I worked on, even if it was just to gear 12, like with Haldo? I don't remember. Wicket, I was looking at Wicket. He is pretty close to being able to be Relic. I don't care about Ewoks, but it's always exciting when you're close to a Relic. So I'm like, oh man, I want to put that down on him, but at the same time, I don't. Same as Scion. I've been meaning to work on Scion for the longest time. I just really haven't had a need to, but I'm like, oh man, I could give him this, and then he's super close. He only needs 2. Yeah, that's the same thing as the other one, though. I'd rather work on the other one so I can unlock a legendary and make a video. Man, Finn, you know, now I'm looking through here, I forgot. I gave him his the Omicron, and I never use it. I never use it because A, like I said, resistance. I don't care about resistance. B, he's gear 12. Like, usually when I'm setting defenses, I focus on my Relic characters. So, like, I forget about him. And C, I just forget about it until I see it like this. I'm scrolling through. Oh, yeah, you got an Omicron. Oops. That reminds me, speaking of Omicron, Chief Nebbit. Hold on a minute. When did I do this? What even is this? Territory Wars? What? When did I do that? I don't even remember doing that. That's a decent sounding Omicron, but I don't remember doing that at all. Did I ever talk about that in one of my past State of my Galaxies? I don't know. Anyways, what did I say before? I was talking about... oh, Omicrons that I don't use, that I want to use. One of them is on the dog. I did this Omicron a long time ago for Territory Wars, because it sounded decent. It says at the start of the encounter, T3M4 gains stealth for 2 turns, and droid allies gain 50% armor penetration and 30% max health. Droid allies have plus 20% defense for each target locked enemy, plus 20% defense per debuffed, and plus 20% defense while buffed. At the start of his turn, inflict target lock for 2 turns on 1 random enemy who doesn't have it, which can't be evaded. Then all allies recover 5% health and protection for each target locked enemy. So... this actually doesn't sound as good as I thought. Oh, droid allies have plus 20% defense for each target, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so anyways, I don't know. When this first came out, I thought it was better sounding than it is. It sounds kind of mid. But regardless, I was thinking of using him with like a Grievous team. Maybe sub out, I don't know, Magna Guard or something. A lot of people like Magna Guard, but mine, maybe he's modded wrong or something. I don't know. He seems to suck. He's always dead right away. But I thought that could help a Grievous squad, but I haven't done it yet because he's only sitting at Relic 1, so I'm like, Magna Guard's still Relic 5. Although this guy's got an Omicron that could potentially make the squad better than that Relic 5. I don't know. I just feel like damage and stuff will be higher with the Relic 5. So, yeah. Let me think. Any new star upgrades? 7-star or anything? Probably not. Oh, yeah, maybe Boosh. Boosh might have gotten to 6-star recently. As you see, she's at 12 out of 100 towards 7-star. Need to work on her because, you know, Jabba. I am making progress on a few random characters too. Oh, I forgot about Tech. Yeah, Tech was one of them. Totally forgot. But so one of them is Rose. Again, I don't care, but I'm like, well, it doesn't hurt to get her to 7-star at least. You know, build up the collection more properly. And then her. I'm slowly getting there. 75 out of 100. She's getting pretty close to being 7-star. Chrysanthemum has some decent progress. I haven't worked on him, but I have been working on Admiral Radis just because. 50 out of 65. Taking forever to be 5-star, but we're getting there, I guess. Oh, that's right. Another big one I got. I forgot. I finally was able to unlock Ki-Adi-Mundi. This guy takes forever. God, how long has he been in the game? Like 3 years now, and I finally got him unlocked, and he's only 4-star. Like, it took this long just to 4-star. How long is it going to take to 7-star this guy? Ay, ay, ay. I haven't worked on him, as you can tell, because I just figured, what's the point at 4-star? Like, the best I'll be able to get him is, what, Gear 11? You can't go to Gear 12, right? Or did they change that? No, I think you can go to Gear 12, but you definitely can't be Relic. So I'm like, the best I'll be able to do is Gear 12. And, yeah, he's only 4-star, so relatively speaking, he's going to be weak. Doesn't matter how good his mods are and Gear 12 and all that, blah, blah, blah. He's just going to be weak, and it's just not worth it. So, I have him, but it's going to be a while before I work on him. The other thing is, I don't know if he's even that good. Like, when he first came out 3 years ago, yeah, he was good. There probably wasn't even GLs in the game yet, so that's why he was good. But, like, now, anytime I see a Ki-Adi-Mundi team, it makes me nervous because I'm like, oh, God, Ki-Adi-Mundi's on that team. But then I tear him up, and I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. I oversweated that for no reason. So, I don't know. Speaking of Ki-Adi-Mundi, I heard a thing. Where did I hear this? Was it a YouTube video? Something. I don't know. But I saw a video or heard something that says that basically Ki-Adi-Mundi is like a huge piece of shit. And I don't know if it's... I don't think it's so much him. I think it's his race. His race, they're all just pieces of shit. They're very self-centered. Like, I guess... What did they say? He had something... It was something like... He had a bunch of kids. And he... knowingly, or whatever the word is I'm looking for, just allowed them to die so he could save himself. And then, I don't know. I wish I could remember some of the details. All I remember is the general theme is like, Ki-Adi-Mundi is a huge piece of shit when you really break him down who he is as a person. Which makes it ironic because, you know, Mr. Jedi over here, all Jedi are supposed to be so good. But he's a piece of shit. Like, clearly Jedi ain't that great. Which also, if you do break down the Jedi code, it is pretty insane what they have to live by. And it's like, why are Jedi considered the good guys? You'd think they'd be considered the bad guys. All this insane nonsense they live by. Oh, steal the kid from the parents at 3. Never see your parents again. Never talk to your parents again. You know, you can't love. You can't this. You can't that. You can't have a family. You can't... It's a weird religion, I guess. Anyways. What else do we got going on? That might be about it. Then we had our marquees. You know, we got Cal Kestis and we got Seer Junda. Yeah, and I guess that's all on the characters. Obviously, there's this event. So Maul I should be able to get relatively soonish. I mean, I'm at 85, so you get, what, 20 shards with the Conquest Trials thing? So that's 305, 15, 25. So 3 more of those. We need 3 more conquests. Actually, 2 more conquests. We're in the middle of a conquest now. When this ends, I'll be able to get 20 shards. And then 2 more conquests after that, I will be able to finally unlock Maul. So that'll be kind of cool. I guess in the grand scheme of things, it won't matter too much because I don't have Lord Vader. But I suppose I could still use Maul as a Mandalorian leader. His leader ability is decent for Mandalorians, right? So, there's that. Anyhow, ships. Come on, switch over. I don't think anything too juicy happened in ships. There is one thing that I do know of, though, and it's that... Well, let me find it first. Vulture Droid. I finally got this thing. This is the right one, right? Let me just double check. Yes, I finally got this thing to 7 stars. Farming ships takes way too long. It's ridiculous. I mean, I've been farming this thing for the past, what, 6-7 months? 8? I don't know. It's finally 7-star. Like, oh. And in the grand scheme of things, it's just a droid ship. There's not even a cap. There's not even a, what's it called? A crew, a captain, what's their phrasing that they use? Commander, fleet commander or something, right? Whatever, I can't find the things. Now another long haul that I've been working on is this one, because it needs to be 7-star for Jabba. So I'm trying. Again, it's taking absolutely forever. 41 out of 100. At least that's decent looking progress, but still. And another one that I forgot that I've been farming forever is this one, TIE Echelon. This thing is still 5 stars. That's what I unlocked it at. It's taken forever. Now, granted, I'm not going super hard on this because half the time I forget. I am going hard on Outrider. Every day I make sure to get my 5 spins in to try to get whatever shards I can. And then after that, a lot of times I use the energy for farming parts for my characters, like Ninth Sister. Those square pieces that I need, those are, you can find those with ship energy, so I use that. So I'm not going super hard on this ship, but still, it just takes forever. It's like you do your 5 spins and you get like 0 shards. Oh, that'll help. Thanks, CG. Anyways. Is there one other thing that I'm slowly working on? Oh yeah, this one. They recently added this ship to one of the fleet nodes as well. So I figured, what the heck? I can work on this, get this ship to 7 stars. It's an Empire ship. It's kind of a cool seeming ship. I think Iden needs to be worked on for something. I don't think she's... What is she needed for? Is she needed for something? Maybe she's not. I don't know. But why not? And then there's this stupid ship down here. Don't care about it, but I worked on it because of... I worked on Holdo just for the ship to be a little stronger for the Radis event. You know, something I was thinking about too with the Radis. The Radis makes me think of the Wii U. Like, the Wii came out, and then they had an idea for like a hybrid console, and they made that Wii U, which was a home console that had something that looked like a Wii. But then you had this big bulky controller that some games you could play on the controller and have your TV off. And then they finally perfected it with the Switch. Now it's fully handheld or fully on the TV. And I feel like the Radis is the Wii U of the ships because she has, like, if you will, an annihilate type move, but it kills her as well. So you annihilate your opponent, but you also lose your capital ship. But then they perfected it with Profundity and the Executor. How do you say it? I feel like I say that wrong every time, like I'm saying the Pokemon name. Execute and Executor. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, they perfected it with those. So now you kill your enemy, or distract your enemy in the case of Profundity, and you still get to keep your capital ship. But Radis was like that weird Wii U face. Now I get it. That wasn't CG's blunder. Radis, that's what it does in The Last Jedi. So they're just copying that. But in the context of like gameplay mechanic, that's what it makes me think of. Wii U. You're the Wii U of ships. Anyhow, I think that's really about it. That's everything that's happened this month. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. So with that, thanks for checking this out. And until next time, I said see ya.